Ngilibingelele ibandla egameni lenkosi yethu Jesu Kristu. So siqala isifundo sethu ngale quotation itholakala kwi-Great Controversy page 393. Kufundeka kanje: The parable of the 10 virgins of Matthew 25 also illustrates the experience of the Adventist people. So umzekeliso lo kaMatthew 25 kunomzekeliso okhona lapha kuthiwa uchaza indaba noma uveza indaba istory se-Adventism as njengoba singama-Adventists. Phinde kuthiwe ku-Review and Herald August 19, 1890 kufundeke kanje: I'm often referred to the parable of the 10 virgins, 5 of whom were wise and 5 foolish. This parable has been and will be fulfilled to the very letter, for it has a special application to this time, and like the third angel's message, has been fulfilled and will continue to be present through till the close of time. So, phinde futhi la kuthiwa uthi Ellen White la ngisaphinda futhi ngivezelwa le parable lomzekeliso wama virgins ayi-10 ukuthi enye amanye ayi-5 ayihlakaniphile amanye ayizulu. So uthi lo mzekeliso wenzeka but uzophinde futhi urepeat futhi wenzeke. So into esama ukufuna ukuyithola ke nje la noma sizoyithatha kulento ile concept yokuthi history iyaziphinda, history repeats. So history inale nto yokuthi iziphinde. So nangumzekelo kaMatthew 25 ama virgins ayi-10 ayi-5 ahlakaniphile ayi-5 ayiziwula. So le parable kuthiwa yenzekile nini ngesikhathi sama-Millerites, particularly ngo-1798 to 1844. So yenzekile le nto and kuthiwa le history izophinde futhi iziphinde. So leyo nto esifuna ukuqala ngayo-ke manje, and bese-ke siqhubeka ne-study sethu. So khumbula ukuthi sibenzani-ke into ebesiyenza before sizama ukuleya ama-waymarks ale history yethu, but sizama ukuqhathanisa i-history kaKristu ne-history yethu, ngoba sithe lama-history omabili anobudlelwano ayafana. So ingako siwahlanganisa-ke manje sizama ukuwabona ehlangene ngalolu hlobo ukuze asifundise ukuthi kule history siphila kuyona kwenzekani. But manje njengoba ngesishilo-ke sithe sifuna ukuthi ithi mayifika i-midnight cry message ifike sesikwazile ukubuilda le foundation, ilo nto esiyenzayo. So njengamanje sizama ukuleya ama-waymarks, sizama ukuwa-defenda ngendlela engejulanga kakhulu, indlela e-light nje. So siyawaxoxa njengoba ukhumbula sikhulume nge-history kaKristu la. Kristu uzalwe ngo-4 BC, wabhaptizwa ngo-27 AD, 34 AD bakhanda Stephen ngamatshe ya-reject i-gospel lapha, iyaphuma i-gospel manje iya kwabezizwe, the Gentiles. And then after that kufika i-judgment, close of probation, umusa uvaliwe kwa-Israel ngo-70 AD mekungena ama-Romans. And then uKristu uyabuya ngo-100 AD ngesikhathi ebuya ePatmos ezonikeza uJohn le ncwadi yesambulo, right? So bese sithatha le history, ngoba sithi le history from 4 BC to 100 AD, history le ephelele is the whole history ngokuphelela kwayo ye-history kaKristu, uyabona. Bese sithatha silethe esikhathini sethu eyethu history sithi iqala ngo-1989 kuze kuyobuya uKristu mase buye kwesibili, right? And so into ebesizama ukuyenza ke sizama ucomparison noma uqhathanisa lama histories omabili. So besiyenza ke manje sifuna ukuthi sibonise lama waymarks ukuthi siwathatha 1989, 2001 lawa landelayo awakenzeki. So uNkulunkulu uzosambulela wona ezisikhathi siqhubeka. So sithi ke sifuna ukuthi ithi mayifika midnight cry sibe lezi zinto sesizi-establishile, siyabona. Mase sidila ke naleyo history or naleyo message, ama-foundations sobe sesiwa buildile, right? So sithi ke into esizoyenza njengamanje sizozama uku-establisha u-1989 ukuthi simthatha, right? But manje uzwile-ke ngoba sesifundile-ke la uthi u-Ellen White history i-parable noma imizekeliso kaMatthew 25 i-history leya yama-Adventist. History yama-Adventist-ke iqale ngo-1798. So yonto esedila nayo le ukuthi sithi ukuzifamiliarize sizijwayeze leya history, and then ukuze sibone ukuthi methi izoziphinda le history izoziphinda kanjani, ngoba yonto esifuna-ke ukuyiveza-ke njengamanje le ukuthi le history izozirepeat ngoba yonto eshiwo la. So siyigcine engqondweni-ke lonto, and then sizobe sesikhuluma-ke ngale history yama-Millerites, le history yama-Adventist-ke le ukuthi sikwazi ukuyibona ukuthi iqalaphi, ukuze sikwazi-ke ukubona ukuthi kwenzekeni lapha, ukuze sikwazi ukubona ukuthi izoziphinda kanjani, right? Sike sakhuluma ngale history, sikhuluma ngo-1260 years, sikhulume kakhulu ngawo la kurula iPope papacy from 538 to 1798, right? And so sibese sithi lesifundileke ukuthi according to Daniel chapter 12 verse 4 sithe kukhona i-darkness ekhona la, and then bese at the end of the period mengabe sekuphela le period e-1260 years ilaso bona khona manje ukukhanya, right? Ngithi besisho njalo. And so sithi la kuzosetshenziswa khona lo muntu kuthiwa William Miller, ngithi sishilo, right? So 1798 angithi. So sithe uMiller unikwe i-message, and i-message yakho uzoyi-preacher. Kukhona first angel, kube khona second angel, angithi. So yonke leyo nto isithatha iyosibeka ku-1844. Then from there kuzoqala ingelosi yesithathu. So nansi-ke i-message ngokuhlukana kwayo, ingelosi yokuqala, yesibili, eyesithathu, right? And so iyona history-ke yama-Adventist leyakhuluma ngayo Ellen White. Asingene into details, kuma-details siyazi-highlighta lezi zinto. And so bese siyazi-ke ukuthi uKristu babebhilive ukuthi uzobuya ngo-1840, angithi. But siyazi ukuthi akabuyanga uKristu, but siyazi ukuthi uKristu ubezobuya ngo-1863, right? So siyazazi zonke lezi zinto, i-revision nje le. And so sibese sithi-ke into esifuna ukuyazi, khumbula ukuthi siyaphi, sifuna ukuprove 1989, sifuna ukuprove 2001 ngesifundo esilandelayo. So sifuna ukuprove lama waymarks ethu, right? But ukuze siwaprove fanele sithi ukubuyela emuva. Ngithi uyabona ingaka ubona sibuyele emuva manje siphinda kwi-history yama-Millerite ekuqaleni, because i-history yethu i-history i-history ya modern Israel noma u-Israel lomusha history yokugcina angithi uyabona sayikhumbula leyanto khona history yokuqala alpha history bese kuba khona history yesibili omega history of spiritual Israel nje kubona sikhuluma ngomila nithi so sakhuluma nge-144,000 so lesiyenzile nje sibuyele emuva nakula sikhona ngoba kuthiwa le history izoziphinda la lento besiyifunda la so ukuze sikwazi ukuthola ukuthi lama waymarks siwathola kanjani kufanele sithi ukubuyela emuva kuleya history kaKristu kamila angithi siyabona so ukuze sikwazi ukuthi si understand lezi zinto so iloko nje sikwenzayo njengamanje and so sizama nje ukuzijwayeza lama histories right so into esiyitholayo la 1798 is the time of the end so the time of the end yale history yama Millerites right and so nje lento sisayizwa nje methu history zoziphinda kufanele nathi sibe ne time of the end kulesi sikhathi sethu ngoba phela kuthiwa history iyaziphinda so ama Millerites mene time of the end isikhathi sokuphela nathi kufanele sibe nesikhathi sokuphela angithi uyabo so isho ukuthi lento before kufike kuleya history kulesa sikhathi sokuphela time of the end u1798 bekhona ngemuva bekhona i-time prophecy khona i-time prophecy ekhona lapha 1260 years according to Revelation chapter 12 lo besimfunda angithi siyabona la ibandla likaNkulunkulu lisebumnyameni sithele kwi-darkness likule spiritual darkness or spiritual captivity lokuthunjwa angithi uyabona so sathi ke if bese kuthunjweni la then kuthi mekuphela i-time prophecy bese beyakhishwa ekuthunjweni njengoba sikhuluma nge-time of the end kanjalo la bazofanele futhi kule history mase iphinda futhi iziphinda le history kufanele kube khona i-captivity noma i-darkness angithi uyabo ngaphambi kokuba kufike kwi-time of the end so le history nje iyaziphinda kanjalo njengoba sisho nje so sithi ke logic le ilento ekuthiwa common sense ukuthi if usapply lama concept lezi zinto esizi-applyayo la if ukukhulunywa ngokuthi history as repeater kufanele zifane lezi zinto zifanane ngoba i-history efanayo right but into esifuna ukuyenza ke njengamanje sifuna ukubona ukuthi iBhayibheli lingasihlanganisela kanjani zona lezi zinto sikwazi ukuzi-understanda ke ngokweBhayibheli ke manje from the Bible siyabona so into soyenza so tadisha uDaniel 11 verse 40 ngendlela esheshayo sibone ukuthi izosithatha leyo nto isibekele so sizoya kuDaniel 11 verse 40 Daniel 11 i-chapter iyonke kuhle ukuthi uyifunde uyi-understand yonke ukuze ukwazi uku-understand ukuthi mase sifika ku verse 40 siphuma but roughly nje ngendlela esheshayo ngoba lezi zinto izinto esesazi establish esesazifunda of which kuye kungabikho isikhathi sokuthi sizenze ngama details lezi zinto njengoba sizenza manje but nje kafushane nje uDaniel 11 nayo uzobe ekhuluma ngalesi story esifanayo esikhulunywa uDaniel chapter 2 uDaniel chapter 7 Daniel chapter 8 Daniel chapter 11 wonke lama chapter akhuluma into eyodwa but it's a repeat and enlargement so leya concept ukuthi uNkulunkulu uyasiphinde istory asiphinde as add more information. So yonke azoyithola. Daniel chapter 2 uzokutshela ngesithombe bese utshelwa ngalama kingdoms lawa esiwazi: Babylon, Medes and the Persians, Greece, Rome, so and papal Rome, pagan Rome, papal Rome, right? So Daniel chapter 2 uzobe kutshela ngalama kingdoms oyi-5, right? And then Daniel chapter 7 nayo uzophinda repeat this story. Daniel chapter 8 uzobe seqala yena Medes and the Persians, because ngalesi sikhathi ethola ama-visions uDaniel sedlulile kuleya history yama-Babylonians, sesikwenye kingdom manje, the Medes and the Persians. Then uqalwe lapho usatshelwa futhi istory esifanayo kanjalo kuDaniel chapter 11 lo simfundayo usakhuluma istory esifanayo, angithi uyabona. So uthi mase ufika ke ku verse 40, because from verse 31 verse 30 utshelwa ke kunokuba khona ushintsho ke lapha manje from pagan to papal Rome, kuba khona lo liyashintsho ku verse 30. Sikhuluma ngoDaniel 11, then from Daniel 11:31 kuya ku 36 sikhuluma ngepapacy. In fact kuze kuyofikwa ku verse 39 sisakhuluma ngepapacy. So uzothi mawufika ku verse 40 sisakhuluma ngepapacy, because izothi mayifika ku verse 40 besithini, and at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots and with horsemen and with many sheep, and he shall enter into the countries and shall overflow and pass over. So ithi ke lento at the time of the end. So at the time of the end, what is the time of the end? Time of the end is 1798. Siyabona. Sazi kanjani? So ngoba manje kukhulunywa nge-time prophecy la, kuthiwa ngesikhathi sokuphela, kanti manje mawuthola i-reference yalento, mawunyuka uya emavesini angaphezulu uzobona ukuthi kukhulunywa ngo-1260 years. Moya lapha ku verse 35, verse 35 uzothi, and some of them of understanding shall fall to try them and to purge and to make them white, even to the time of the end, because it is yet for a time appointed. So khulunywa ngezintshutshiso la ezenzeka kuleya period 1260 years, ukuthi khona abantu lapha kulezi simo esikhona abazozihlambulula izingubo zabo, abazozenza zibe mhlophe, uyabona, bese kuthiwe ngoba kukhona isikhathi esibekiwe, a time appointed. A time appointed isikhathi sokuphela kwe-time prophecy 1798, siyabona. So i-period esinikiwe vele it is 1260 years, because moya ku verse 33 kuthiwa la, and they that understand among the people shall instruct many, yet they shall fall by the sword and by flame, by captivity and by spoil many days. So you have many days. Izinsuku eziningi ubani? 1260 years. And so kukhulunywa ukuthi abaningi bazobanjani? Bazowa, bebulawa ngenkemba, ngesword, bebulawa ukushiswa, bebulawa ngazo zonke izinto. lezi zinsuku eziningi, and so nangokuthunjwa, captivity, uyabona. So lezi zinsuku eziningi, so siyazi ukuthi ke kukhulunywa ngepapacy la. So siyayazi futhi lo nto ukuthi njengoba sengishilo, even before lesi sikhathi umbuso obukade ukhona, it was pagan Rome. Sazingani? Because moya ku verse 24 siseka uDaniel chapter 11 uzobe seyakutshela ukuthi he shall enter peaceably even upon the fattest places of the province, and he shall do that which his fathers have not done, nor his fathers' fathers. He shall scatter among them the prey and spoil and riches, and yea, he shall focus his devices against the stronghold, even for a time. Sisasho kukhulunywa pagan Rome la ukuthi izofocasa ama-strongholds ayo from the izimpi zayo, ama-campaigns ayo from the stronghold. So i-Rome siyayazi ukuthi beyilwa izimpi beyizilwa from the stronghold. Beqhamukaphi? From Rome. I-stronghold yini? I-Rome. Izimpi zabo meziliwa basukaphi? E-Rome. So i-Rome siyazi ukuthi i-capital city le, or la iPope ebeyikhona, or even ama-emperors ingakabikho ipapacy, but la bebeplana khona zonke izimpi zabo. And as long besuka eRome, izimpi zabo zi-strong, bayawina. And siyazi ukuthi i-Rome, pagan Rome, izorula umhlaba for a time. Njengoba isho ku verse 24, a time is a year. Angithi yabo. Time is a year. Time isikhathi unyaka. Unyaka unezinsuku ezingaphi? 360 days. Aphinde ke manje bese kuba 360 years lo. So siyazi ukuthi i-Rome, pagan Rome, khona la izorula khona supremely, bezikhondla bengahlulwa muntu for 360 years. And siyazi ukuthi iqalaphi leyo nto 31 BC to 330 AD. So la bezorula khona for 360 years ngokusho kwalesi prophet. So into ebesizama ukuzoyenza nje la sizoveza ukuthi le power ozoyithola ku verse 24, this is pagan Rome. And njengoba manje sithe ku verse 30 iyashintsha yonke lento, sekungena a new power, ngena omunye umbuso manje from verse 30, yabona. And so siyazi ukuthi i-papal Rome. So mekukhulunywa ngo many days, zonke lezi zinto ezikhulunywayo izinsuku eziningi from verse 30 kuyehla kuya ku verse 40, siyazi ukuthi this is papal Rome. So singazange sikhuluma izinto eziconfusayo, into nje sizama ukuzoyiveza njengamanje la, sizama ukuzoveza nje ukuthi mengabe sowuzwa ku Daniel 11 verse 40 kukhulunywa ukuthi uDaniel 11 verse 40 kukhulunywa nekuthiwa, and at the time of the end, ilo nto besizoyenza, the time of the end is 1798, kuphela i-time prophets, kuphela isikhathi esi 1260 days. So 1798 ke lo, we know, siyayazi lento ukuthi injalo, right? Bese kuthiwa, at the time of the end, the king of the south shall push at him. So inkosi yase-south ubani kulesi ngo-1798. So siqale la, sithe sibuild ama-foundations because iy'nto ey'ningi esizikhulumayo sizithola sezihamba phezulu singazazi ukuthi zisuka, right? So king of the north ubani? King of the north uye wonke ocontrola ama territories noma izindawo zaseBabylon. Nanku Israel la khona, and then ngezansi khona Egypt, right? La we have Israel. So ama-Babylonians may attack from the north. So because kukhona izintaba la, these Syrian mountains, so angeke bahambe la, so bafanele all the time beqhamuka phezulu from the north. So this is why iBabylon ibizwa ngokuthi inkosi yaseNorth. Angithi uyabona. So lento uzoyithola kuJeremiah chapter 1 sizoyizwa kahle echaza uJeremiah. So mofunda uverse 13, Jeremiah uwonisha abantu bakwa-Israel ukuthi uNebukadnezar, yes, lithi izwi likaNkulunkulu, the word of the Lord came to me. Sifunda uJeremiah chapter 1 verse 13. And the word of the Lord came unto me the second time, saying, what seest thou? Ubona Jeremiah. And I said, I see a sitting port, and the face thereof is toward the north. Uthi ngibona ibhodwe elibilayo, and leli bhodwe liface toward the north. So sithe Jeremiah kwa-Israel, and his prophet toke uthi lama visions akhe ambonisa toward the north, something khona into ezoqhamuka from the north. Then bese ithi inkosi, the Lord said unto me, out of the north an evil shall break forth upon all the inhabitants of the land. For lo, I will call all the families of the kingdoms of the north, said the Lord, and they shall come, and they shall set everyone his throne at the entering of the gate of Jerusalem, and against all the walls thereof round about, and against all the cities of Judah. So now aba Babylonians meqhamuka, they would come from the north. So sizochaza nje lento yokuthi lento yase north sithatha this king of the north. So isho ukuthi ke manje Babylon is the king of the north. Inkosi yase north liyana, angithi yabona. So manje siyazi ukuthi ama-Medes and the Persians azothatha umbuso futhi. So mase uphethwe ama-Medes and the Persians lo mbuso, inkosi yase north ubani manje? Ama-Persians, uyabona. So mengabe sekufika ama-Greeks ethatha umbuso, inkosi yase north seyishintshile manje, yabona, ama-Greeks la sikhuluma ngawo. Then mase kuphethe i-Rome, pagan Rome, inkosi yase north ubani manje? It is pagan Rome, ngoba ibona sebephethe leya geography yase north, angithi uyabona. Mekuqhamuka manje i-papal Rome, so i-papal Rome iyona manje inkosi yase north, ngoba sekuyibo manje abacontrola leziya zindawo zase north. Angithi siyayibona le principle, right? So siyithatha lapho ke liyana. So mawufika manje ku Daniel chapter 11 verse 40 lo sikhuluma ngaye, sikhuluma inkosi yase north. Siyazi ukuthi ipapacy ke manje erula lezi zindawo ngalesi sikhathi, angithi uyabona. Sisho ke manje siyazi ukuthi okay, inkosi yase north ke le, right? So phinde futhi khona i-king of the south, inkosi yase south ke manje, yabo. So inkosi yase south esokhuluma ngayo la. So again futhi mawuya eBhayibhelini uya lapha ya sizoya lapha ya ku Genesis chapter 12 verse 7 kufundeka kanje, And the Lord appeared unto Abraham and said, Unto thy seed will I give this land. And there built he an altar unto the Lord, who appeared unto him. uNkulunkulu vela ku-Abraham uthi ngizokunika le ndawo. Wabuild i-altare u-Abraham, wakhe isivumelwano noNkulunkulu. Verse 9. And Abraham journeyed going on still toward the south. U-Abraham useKhanani. Angithi uyazi ukuthi iKhanani izo zonke lezi zindawo lezo Israel akwathiwa makahamba yohlala kuzona. Angithi uyabona. So u-Abraham nange la khona, but kuthiwa he journeyed still towards the south. So waqhubeka waye south. The more south uye Egypt. Angithi uyabona. So bese kuthiwa verse 10, and there was famine in the land, and Abraham went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. So Abraham, we are a south. So city is south, Egypt. Yonke into ehlangene ne-Egypt, it is south. So sibuye siqedile ke nje manje siku Daniel chapter 11. Uma ufika kuDaniel chapter 11 sisafunda ke manje sikuyezwakala ukuthi sithini. Daniel chapter 11 verse 40, right? And then kuthiwa lana, and at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him. So the king of the south was 1798 ubani. This is France. So we know history is a shell. Asizukuya namhlanje. Revelation chapter 11 khuluma ngehistory yase France. Revelation is killer lo isambulo chapter 11 sikhuluma nge-French Revolution. La uzothola khona lo mbuso wase France uziphakamisa urebella, abantu bazorebella lapha ya, and then bazothatha umbuso eFrance ngoba bekuyinkosi ephethe la uLouis the 16, but uLouis bazombulala bamgalotini nenkosikazi wakhe bayithatha ikingdom abantu, and then bese kuphatha umbuso wabantu eFrance. This is French Revolution. So kusukela ke kulozo zinto ke ila ke manje sizothola ke this power iFrance iziphakamisa ngaleyo ndlela. And then mase ufika ngalesi sikhathi 1798 February 10 kahle into azoyenza manje uNapoleon, ngoba uNapoleon okhona njengamanje la uyosephethe umbuso, uzothuma igeneral yakhe uBethier, and then izoqala le general le bese yenza lezi zimpi nePope, these Italian wars. Remember ukuthi Pope sihlalo sayo sise Rome, angithi. So uzobe senza lezi zimpi uNapoleon, the king of France. Then bazongena Italy ngo February 10 1798 ilake uPope ezobanjwa khona ile general ka Bethier, this French army, angithi. And then bamthathe bamsuse etronini yakhe uPope, bazombamba bamfake to captivity ekuboshweni, and futhi bazomisa in exile. Liyanto yokuthathwa uyiswe kwelinye ilizwe bamise eFrance, ilazofika afele khona futhi eFrance ngo-1799 next year, angithi uyabona. So sithi iPope bazoyisusa kanjalo ke etronini. Le Pope ekade ishushisa abantu for 1260 years. So iyona ke lento esifundayo eyenzeka ngo-1798 kuDaniel 11 verse 40. But khona into ezokwenzeka futhi la ngoba leli verse lihlukene kabili, right? Bese kuthiwa, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots and with horsemen and with many ships, and he shall enter into the countries and shall overflow and pass over. So izothi senjalo-ke inkosi yasenorth njengoba idestroyiwe ipapacy, but kuthiwa la izophinde ibuye iphinde futhi izilwele or iziphindiselele, and ibuya manje nezinto eziwu-2 with horses, chariots, and with ships imikhumbi, right? Izimpi ke lezi, horses and chariots, izimpi lezo. Ships ezohwebo, ezodayiso. So ama-symbols angithi lawo. So siyayazi indaba yokuthi ipope mayibuya nama-horses nama-chariots, i-military power, izimpi lezo, i-army, right? Ships ezohwebo, trade, because mengabe kukhulunywa ngemikhumbi kukhulunywa ngezodayiso, right? Maybe isymbol esingayiveza la ile mikhumbi, just to show ukuthi lezi zinto sizithatha. Revelation chapter 18, I think izosivezela lento. So masibheka Revelation chapter 18, Revelation chapter 18 siyazi ukuthi ukhuluma ngeBabylon ukuthi liwile, verse 2, and it's become the habitation of devils and hold of every foul spirit and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. iBabylon liwile. And then verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So wonke umuntu ozi-associate ozihlanganisa neBabylon u-rich. Ama-merchants abadayisi-ke labo ba-rich. Verse 11, Revelation 18 verse 11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Mengabe se uNkulunkulu eseshushisa le power, this Babylon, le Babylon, ama-merchants azokhala because imnotho wabo, imali yabo manje ayisangeni, angithi uyabo. Noma uqhubeka-ke manje wehla uya ngezansi uzoyizwa ilanguage ukuthi kukhulunywa ngani la. Maybe ake siquote verse 17. Verse 17 uthi, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off. So somalapha. So into esamuzoyiveza nje imikhumbi, shipmasters, i-trade le njengoba sifunda ezodayiso. So sithi Pope yashaywa ngo-1798, ishawa uNapoleon, the king of France. But manje in the future kuvezwa la ukuthi Pope izoziphindiselela kule nkosi yase-South, right? So ilona into esizama ukuyiveza manje ukuthi izokwenzeka kanjani lona. Now nansi-ke into efuna uyinotheke la ukuthi sikhuluma nge-king of the South, which is France. Ane siyibhaleke lento kuze icaceke manje iphinde ibonakale kahle. So sifunda Daniel chapter 11 verse 40. Daniel chapter 11 verse 40. Nkosi yase-North sithe is the papacy, right? Nkosi yase-South sathi iFrance, because iFrance econtrolayo ama-territories, or noma singasho ukuthi iFrance econtrolayo, sizochaza khona manje ukuthi why sithi France inkosi yase-South. yes, France njengamanje iyona control Egypt, but more than that, in this verse, according to Revelation chapter 11. So, sithi 1798 lo, and the verse sithi verse 40, and this is to verse 40a lo esikhuluma ngayo njengamanje. So lo semfundile, i-Pope destroy France, and then bese ke manje njengoba kwenzekile sichaze lezi zinto, but into ozoyizwa njengamanje iverse meliqhubeka kuverse 40b, inkosi yase-south izobuya inkosi yase-north izobuya izodestroya inkosi yase-south. So sithi izokwenzeka nini-ke lona kule movement, sizoyibeka kanje lento because uNkulunkulu usezambulile lezi zinto. So nayo into ozoyithola-ke manje sizodila neFrance. So iFrance into ezokwenzeka siqale ngo-1917. Before sifike ku-1917, ake sibheke ispirit esicontrol iFrance. Revelation chapter 11. Revelation chapter 11. So iBhayibheli lithini izwile ke sithe uRevelation chapter 11 iFrance le uverse 8 uthi, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Yakhumbula ke sike sathi ukuthasha indaba ye-revolution, i-French Revolution. So asizudila kakhulu nge-French Revolution, but into fanele uyazi France ukuthi mhlazana abantu bevukela umbuso la bathatha khona uLouis XVI nenkosikazi yakhe bayimbulala, and then yasuswa irule umbuso lo wenkosi ehlangene nabapriest, these Catholic priest, ukuthi kurulwe kucontrolwe abantu. So sithi ke manje into ozoyithola ukuthi mebesusa le power abantu bazosusa labapriest bese besusa neBhayibheli, because abantu bathi kunjena nje laba priest sicindezelwe kunjena nje laba priest behlangane nenkosi. So asafune lutho, asafune inkolo, asafune religion, asafune iBhayibheli. Ila kuzothathwa khona amaBhayibheli abese ezobekwa ezitratini bese bewafaka umlilo njengoba lithi leBhayibheli, where also our Lord was crucified. Kuthi uKristu Jesu wacrucifywa ezitratini zaleli lizwe or zale kingdom ebizwa spiritually ukuthi iSodom and Egypt. So sithi yonke lento eyenzeka la iFrance le, labo ofakazi ababili ekhulunywa ngabo, the two witnesses, the two olive trees, izwi likaNkulunkulu le. The two olive trees is the two olive trees is the word of the Lord. Izwi likaNkulunkulu lelo ofakazi ababili, according to Zechariah chapter 4. So you can establish according to Zechariah chapter 4 and this is shown. So sikhuluma nge-Old Testament ne-New Testament le ezo profeta isemasakeni for 1260 years, because iBhayibheli lalisemasakeni, ngamazwi lalifihliwe, liprofeta iBhayibheli kodwa kanzima, because iPope iBhayibheli yalifihlile and futhi ubulawa ushushiswa. If utholakale ukuthi wena uphethe ama-copies eBhayibheli ungavumelekanga, because umpriest ufanele akutshele ukuthi iBhayibheli lithini, ngoba umpriest indoda kaNkulunkulu and uyena futhi ozokuthethelela izono, and futhi yonke lento ibhekwe uyena. So wena unalungelo ukuthi ungafunda iBhayibheli nokuthi uzwe ukuthi lithini. So sithi iBhayibheli laliprofeta emasakeni njengokuba kushiwo la ku-Revelation chapter 11. So ke manje sithi ke mawufika ke lapha ya kukhulunywa ku verse 8 kuthiwa le dolobha libizwa ukuthi spiritually is Sodom and Egypt. So iFrance ibizwa ngeSodom. ISodom why? Because eSodom uyazi ukuthi eSodom khona yonke inhlobo ye-corruption. Right? Ile corruption ozoyithola eFrance manje njengamanje after particularly ngalesikhathi abantu sebe rebella lapha ya because vele kwase khona leya rebellion leya mvukelo lesa spirit sokuvukela umbuso angithi yabo. And then mase be destroy amaBhayibheli bathini ila uzothola ukuthi kukhona nalesa spirit sokufuna ukuzenzela noma yini noma ikanjani mathanda angithi yabo. And so people were killing each other, abantu bebulalana la bengasekho umthetho kahle hle lapha ya khona igazi lichithiwe eliningi. Yes, into ababeyilwela it is correct, right, but kodwa manje uzobona ukuthi sekukhona into yokungabi namthetho egcwele lapha ya. And then kukhona namanyala akhona futhi laphana mekukhulunywa leyanto ekuthiwa licentiousness okukhulunywa ngaleyanto yokungaziphathi kahle kwabantu because umthetho awukho into enjengaleyo. So Sodom akugcwele onke amanyala, abantu bacindezelwe Sodom, abantu the poor, the rich cindezela the poor, iSodom yonke leyo. So bese kuba khona Egypt idume ngani? Siyazi according to Exodus chapter 5 verse 2 ukuthi uFaro uthini? Uthi angimazi mina uJehova. Ubekuthiwa dedela abantu bahambe bakhonza uNkulunkulu wabo uFaro. Athi uFaro ubani uJehova? Angimazi uJehova, angimazi lo muntu mina. So siyazi ukuthi ke uFaro ilwa muntu o reject uNkulunkulu to the face phambi kobuso bakhe ephika uNkulunkulu amaziyo nezinto nezimangaliso azibonile asazizibona futhi ezinye zazo. uFaro ilwa muntu ozoba nenkani kodwa athi yena akekho omunye uNkulunkulu amaziyo ngoba uFaro uNkulunkulu angithi yabo. So sithi yonke lento ise-France, yenzeke eFrance, and sithi ke manje iFrance ke mofuna ukuyazi ke idume njengamanje ngalesi spirit sokungamfuni uNkulunkulu. Sithi mesibizwa ke lezi zinto ibizwe ngeliyanto ngokuthi sibize ngaliyanto yokuthi ithiwa yini, this is atheism. Lesa spirit lesa sokuphika uNkulunkulu angithi atheism. Yeah, so but njengamanje into ozoyithola njengoba isikhathi siqhubeka siku 1798, right, but isikhathi siyamuva. Mawufika ngo-1917 uzofika manje lesa spirit sase-France asisekho kakhulu eFrance angithi yabo. La sesishisa khona manje le spirit se-atheism sesibizwa ngokuthi ke manje i-communism. Lesi spirit sesibizwa ngokuthi i-communism ngo-1917 yiso lesi spirit, because sikhuluma manje ngaleyanto ekuthiwa i-Bolshevik revolution, imvukelo mbuso le ozoyithola eRussia manje, because eRussia kukhona manje into eyenzekayo efanayo nale ebeyenzeka eFrance, abantu bevukela umbuso. NaseRussia manje kukhona inkosi ephethe and abantu abekho happy and abantu bazovukela umbuso. 1917 sikhuluma ngoLenin ke manje. uLenin ilo oleader le movement ezovukela umbuso eFrance eRussia, and then bese ke bathathe over, bese kwakhiwa le Soviet Union ezohamba egcineni ibe i-Union Soviet Socialist Republic. So sikhuluma ke manje nge-USSR angithi. So sikhuluma ke nge-USSR, ukuzalwa kwaso ke lesi spirit or ukuzalwa kwayo ke le power ekuthiwa i-Union Soviet Socialist Republic. So sithi uzothi ke manje masofika ke manje ngo-1989, because naku la sifuna ukuya khona. Remember sikhuluma ngo Daniel chapter 11 verse 40, but part B lo sikhuluma ngayo. Mawufika njengamanje ufika ngo1989, ipower ekhona njengamanje it is USSR, right? Yona superpower le, because history siyasazi asizubuyele emuva, but mokhuluma nge-World War II uzokwazi ukuthi uHitler ukade from Germany ulwa nama-Russians or USSR, but siyazi izophela indaba kaHitler ngo-1945, and so after that uzobe seqhamuka manje le power izikhulisa-ke manje USSR, yiyo le power ezobe inkulu-ke ngo-1989. So siyazi-ke manje ukuthi kukhonani-ke emva kwalokho kuzobe seqhamuka uJohn Paul II, but sikhuluma ngepapacy njengamanje. Ipapacy ibuyile, right? Sithe la lithi iBhayibheli izothi mayibuye ipapacy ibuye nezinto eziwu-2, with horsemen, chariots and horsemen and many ships. So izobuya ne-military power, izimpi, ibuye ne-economic power, ezomnotho. Kanjani? 1989 siyazi ukuthi Pope uJohn Paul II siyamazi ukuthi uzimixe wahlangana manje nani, the United States of America, angithi yabo. So uzihlanganise ne-United States of America ngo-1989, and uzomanipulate izinto manje uJohn Paul II, this Pope uzomanipulate izinto ukuthi i-USSR ihlule iyeke ukuba ipower, angithi yabo. So yonke lento yenzeke ngo-1989. So Pope is the king of the north, and then manje inkosi yase-south sekubani? Inkosi yase-south is USSR, because manje ibona abaphethe lama principles, lemigomo, lemigwaqo, le-belief yokungamfuni uNkulunkulu. Sikhuluma nge-communism, angithi yabo. Sikhuluma ngalesa spirit esaqala operator eFrance ngesikhathi kuqala i-revolution ngo-1789 eFrance, angithi yabo. So lesa spirit lesiya sokungamfuni uNkulunkulu, sokungawafuni amaBhayibheli, sokungayifuni into ehlangane nenkolo, sizodlula kulezo zinto, sizoya kuzichaza ngendlela i-movement ezibona ngayo today, but nje kafushane nje iselapho nje sizoyibamba nje kanjalo leliyanto ukuthi masofika ngo-1989 inkosi yaseFrance, inkosi yaseNorth, ipapacy njengoba behlele kuyipapacy, inkosi yaseSouth, USSR. So akusayona iFrance manje, inkosi yaseSouth, angithi yabo. So izinto ziyashintsha-ke manje, so khona lolu yashintsha, right? So because isikhathi siyahamba kufanele vele izinto zishintshe. So iBhayibheli-ke linotha yona leyo nto-ke, mhlawumbe-ke siphinde siyifunde futhi le nto-ke ngokuyizwa-ke manje siyibone ukuthi izokwakha isense now. Verse 40, and at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him. Bamthatha basuka uNapoleon, uBethier, igeneral kaNapoleon waseFrance, yaye Italy, yafike yabamba uPope Pius VI, lo bekuyena ohleli esihlalweni ngo-1798 February 10, right? And then bese kuthiwani, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots and with horsemen and with many ships, and he shall enter into the countries. Inote futhi naliyana uzongena mase inkosi yase-south, inkosi yase-north seyibuya izoziphindiselela, kuthiwa izongena kuma-countries. And i-USSR siyayazi ukuthi yakhiwe inqwaba yama-countries. iRussia ikhona lapha, o-Uzbekistan bakhona, bekhona no-Poland laphana, no-Lithuania bakhona laphaya, Latvia, zonke leza zinto, Ukraine, wonke lama-countries abakha le power ekuthiwa USSR. So uPope uzongena-ke manje into the countries, kulama countries ezoziphindiselela. Mengena siyazi ukuthi singayanga into details bayihlula i-USSR because uPope usizwa United States izosupporta ipapacy kule war because seyivele ifuna ukuba ne-information war ethile because even inside, because phela i-Russia or USSR bayihlula or bayidestroya bayinqoba from the inside, and so information war leyo ebeyikhona from the inside iphushwa iPope John Paul II. So abantu bebemsiza lo agenda, it is United States, but siyazi ukuthi yonke leyanto even before 1989 losikhuluma ngayo u1989, before 1989 leya war ibizwa ngokuthi it's a cold war because bengeve kuyimpi yezibhamu. It is not a hot war. Bengeve kuthiwa ngempela kuliwa ngezibhamu. Bengeve kuthiwa futhi ngempela bayinqobe i-USSR belwa ngezibhamu, but i-potential ibikhona yezibhamu ukuthi vele America ibisivele isithembisile ukuthi izosupporta ngezibhamu if kuthiwa ziyadingeka. iPope beyiya ngalelo gunya. So this is why sithi ifika nama-horses and chariots, because i-America bezosupplya lezibhamu. And so phinde futhi bayi-destroy i-USSR ngama-ships. Ships is trade, economic power, baphinde bayi-destroy i-America, i-USSR using sanctions, leyanto ekuthiwa unswini. So ukuze bakwazi ukuyinqoba i-USSR kufanele bayi-destroye using besebenzisa unswini, leyanto yokuthi ungabi nayo access ezintweni ezithile, angithi uyabo. So noma singayanga kuma-details, but kodwa benza sure ukuthi bayayinswinya i-Russia or i-USSR ukuze ingabi nayo futhi nale mali yokuthi ilwe le war. Khona into pipeline lapha ebebefuna, khona ipipeline ebebefuna ukuthi bayibuilde ipipeline ezosupply i-gas or i-oil ebezosiza, leyo mali, leyo oil ebezosiza ukuthi i-USSR ibe nemali yokulwa yokuthi iqhubeke nale power, but ama-Americans wafaka unswingi ukuthi lezo zinto zingaqhubeki, yaba. And so ngaleyo ndlela bayidefeata, bayihlula kanjalo i-USSR. Sithini la, yazi ziningi lezi zinto engizishilo, but into efanele nje siyazi kuyo yonke lento ukuthi into efanele siyazi ukuthi sino 1798 sino 1989 ohlanganiswa leli verse esilifundayo uDaniel 11 verse 40. So Daniel 11 verse 40, so uye lo simdiscussayo njengamanje. So mawuzosikhuluma ngo-1798 uzosikhuluma ngo-1989, sekufanele sikhumbule manje ukuthi zonke lezi zinto sizithatha kuleliya verse uDaniel 11 verse 40. And so ihistory yakhona nje le ebesizama ukuyichaza ukuthi iverse linama-part awu-2 into efanele uyazi. Ipart yokuqala ile yenzeka ngo-1798, ipart yesibili ile yenzeka ngo-1989. Part yokuqala ikhuluma ngokuthi inkosi yase-South is gonna push at him. Inkosi yase-North siyasazi story senzekile ngo-1798. Inkosi yase-France ubirthday particularly General kaNapoleon ngoFebruary 10 kade sisho izohamba iqale lezimpi zase-Italy, Italian Wars, bese iPope yabanjwa ngaleyo date iyiswe exile, bayisusa esihlalweni sayo. Part 1 wale verse, right? Part 2 ila ke manje sekuyi-1989 and manje abadlali sebeshintshile. Inkosi yase-South akuseyona iFrance manje, sekuyi-USSR. Inkosi yase-North kuseyiyona ipapacy, yabona. So and then bese ipapacy izobe seyihlula futhi manje ke iziphindiselela enkosini yase-South, but sekwenye history manje, kodwa iziphrofetho zisaqhubeka zona zisho lena. Then ke izohlulwa inkosi yase-South, iPope iza iqhamuka ne-United States izosupporta nge-military, ngezibhamu, izosupporta nangezohwebo, nangezonswinyo, nangezimali, angithi yabo. And then bakwazi ukuyinqoba le-USSR kwakuphela kwayo ke le power ngo-1989. And so siyazi ke vele ukuthi even ne-papacy kuzoba kuphela kwayo la, noma izoshintsha vele lento manje njengoba sikhuluma ngenkosi yase-North, kwasayona izoguquka, because moving on from 1989 even inkosi yase-North kuzobe sekungesiyo ipapacy ngalolu hlobo. Sizobe sesikhuluma the-United States of America, izinto ziba complex, izinto ziba so ziba complex, simuva siya phambili. So kodwa uNkulunkulu ngomusa wakhe sithemba ukuthi uzosilida asiphi understanding yalezi zinto. So into ebesizama ukuyi-understanda nje la, besifuna ukulinka noma ukuhlanganisa u-1798 no-1989. So ngaleyo ndlela sithini, 1798 is the time of the end, history yama-Millerites, right? And then u-1989 history yethu is the time of the end, angithi yabo, i-time of the end yethu le, because sithe i-logic iyakutshela ukuthi if kuwukuthi u-1798 is the time of the end kule history, then 1989 is the time of the end kule history elandelayo, because sifunde i-quote ethi i-history i-parable noma umzekelo kaMatthew 25, angithi Matthew 25, i-history yama-virgin ayi-10, i-history ye-Adventism, angithi. And wathi Ellen White phinde wayiboniswa futhi uhlele iboniswa lento ukuthi le history is gonna be repeated, angithi yabo. So singayiphinda futhi bese siyavala le quotation ebesiyifunda. So Great Controversy 393, the parable of the 10 virgins of Matthew 25 also illustrate the experience of the Adventist people. Naile parable is Matthew 25, i-experience liya yama-Adventist. Besethi ku Review and Herald, August 19, 1890, I'm often referred to the parable of the 10 virgins, 5 of whom were wise and 5 foolish. So uthi ngiphinde futhi ngivezelwa lento ya Matthew 25, abanye babe foolish, abanye babe wise, angithi njengoba sazi ukuthi uMiller utheme preacher i-message uMiller nge-message yakhe leza ingilosi ezu-3, 1, 2, 3, theme preacher le message, khona aba-wise, khona aba-foolish, khona bayamukela, khona bayi-reject i-message, angithi yabo, khona abahlakaniphile, khona abayiziwula. So uthi-ke uyibonisiwe ke le, this parable has been, le parable iseyenzekile, yenzeka nini? From 1798 kuya phambili njengoba siveza la, and will be fulfilled to the very letter. And futhi kuthiwa izophinde ifulfilleke, izoba fulfilled lento to the very letter, for it has a special application to this time. And so kusho ukuthi ke as much as yenzekile lento, but still izoba fulfilled lento to the very letter, angithi yabo. And so bese kuthiwa for it has a special, all right, for it has a special application to this time, and like the third angel's message has been fulfilled, right? Yenzekile even the third angel's message but will continue to be present truth till the close of time. So yenzekile leyo nto kodwa uvezwa leyo nto yokuthi iyaqhubeka, iyi-present truth iyaqhubeka, yabo. But sizophinde futhi mhlambe sibheke kwezinye iy'ndawo ukuthi sibone ukuthi le nto ye-history erepeatayo, i-history eziphindaphindayo, akusiyo into esingayiqhelanga or esingayijwayelanga. So leya nto leya siyijwayele, angithi uyabo. So siyijwayele leya history erepeatayo. So mawuya lapha ku-Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9 isavela leya nto, ngoba kusho ukuthi kahle kahle yini le ngizothi i-principle noma indlela ethile uNkulunkulu ayisebenzisayo. Sitsheliwe ukuthi i-history iyazirepeat umthetho wayo. Ecclesiastes, umshumayeli ngesiZulu, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9, the thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So lento ekuyenzeka ile iphinde yenzeke, ile yenzeka ile isaphinde yenzeke, ayikho into entsha ngaphansi komthunzi welanga. If it is said, is there anything wherefore it is said, see, this is new, it had been already of old time, which was before us. Mengabe kuthiwa ke nansi into yintsha, ayuze wazi ukuthi hayi le nto isekuyenzeka esikhathini esidlule ngaphambili. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. So mengabe usakhumbula ukuthi kwenzekani, vele izinto masezenzeka awazi futhi uzothi zintsha wena, kanti lezi zinto sezake zenzeka, nalezi ezizayo ezisazokwenzeka awuzukuzazi, ngoba kwayilezi ezenzekayo nalezi esezenzeka uzikhohliwe. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 15 kuthiwa la, that which had been is now. Leyo nto eyenzeka imanje, yenzeka manje. And that which is to be had already been. Le nto ezokwenzeka manje yayiseyenzeka. God required that which is past. uNkulunkulu ufuna si-understande into eyedlule, eyipast eseyenzeka, ukuze sikwazi uku-understanda le nto eyenzekayo phambi kwethu. So ingakho ubona manje siyobheka i-history yama-Millerites, sifuna ukubona ukuthi kwenzekani ngesikhathi samila, ukuze sikwazi ukubona ukuthi kwenzekani manje. So yiloo nto besizama ukuyiveza. So nje in a nutshell, namanje kafushane nje you can see enye izindlela lesiveza ngayo ukuthi if ukhona u-1798 lapha a-time of the end, then u-1989 naye uyi-time of the end, because uhlanganiswe leliya vesi eliyu-Daniel 11 verse 40. And laphana iline yokuqala nje uzwile uthini, uthi at that time, and at the time of the end, angithi isho njalo mayiqala Daniel 11 verse 40. So mengabe u-1798 uyi-time of the end, kanjalo no-1989 naye kufanele abe yini, abe yi-time of the end. So sithatha nje simple nje kanjalo leya nto njengoba isho ithi at the time of the end. So omabili lama-histories ayi-time of the end. So enye indlela le esizama ukuprova ngayo ukuthi sibone ukuthi lama-histories ahamba kanjani. So siyambonga uNkulunkulu esebenzisa izinceku zakhe, particularly esebenzisa ingilosi leyo yokuqala. uJeff Pipinja siyamkhumbula, uye wayinikwa lama-messages ukuthi afike nawo ama-messages aqhamuke ngo-1989. So siyawakhumbula lama-messages. So into esizama ukuyenza njengamanje, sizama ukulela ama-foundations, sikwazi ukuzidefenda ukuthi lezi zinto esizisebenzisayo sizithola. So i-message iyaqhubeka-ke, sizophinde sibone futhi nangokuzayo ukuthi sizophela okwanamhlanje. Sizoyibamba la, I hope ukuthi ize kukhona i-chaos, into eningi bengikhuluma la, kodwa I hope as isikhathi siqhubeka izolokhu icaca lento esizama ukuyenza la. Yisivale njengamanje. God bless.